Yeah. Okay. Okay, so with you guys returning to Saltmarsh and Illyria and Thogrim taking care of personal residential business in the town, this is a perfect opportunity for the three of you who are left to investigate some leads in the city and try to figure out what you guys are going to do next. So just don't get in over your head, right? Because it's just the three of you, possibly four, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll kind of see where it goes from there. So, let's just, I guess, jump in. For exposition, you returned to Saltmarsh, and I believe you rolled up into town, according to the calendar, at 5 in the morning. So you guys rolled back into town at 5 a.m. And yeah, you took care of your docking dues. Your ship is just going to get standard, look over, make sure everything is fine. Nothing got too seriously damaged. Thogrim would have taken care of any damages on the way back anyways with that OCD/background he's got. So he would have kind of gotten that all patched up. But it's really just a matter of everybody needs time to process. So I'm assuming you told your crew, hey, take a few days off.
That was heavily, yeah.
And then more than likely, we'll kind of kick things off with you bringing the goods to your patron, and then we'll kind of go from there. Does that work for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So, first things first. You head over first thing in the morning, and you try to catch Primewater at breakfast, carrying a 500-pound box of bananas, and whatever other creepy stuff you've got with you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, who has the statue, and how are you transporting the statue?
I have a statue, I guess, in a nondescript, like, brown burlap sack.
A brown paper bag.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it is roughly the size of a human head, with neck and shoulders. So it'd be like a brown grocery bag. Nothing weird about that. Did some grocery shopping. So you're carrying that, and then who's carrying the 500 pounds of bananas?
I could definitely probably dragging that, or I probably got
right,
maybe like a little dolly, but yeah.
Okay, sure. And you're dollying the crate of bananas. All right.
I thought we got rid of the little dolly. Wasn't that?
Oh man.
He invented the new.
Too soon. He's still there. Maybe.
I mean, what's happening to Thogrim is Thogrim's business. Okay, Thogrim made some bad decisions at low level that will haunt him for a long time. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so he's not here to defend himself against spiritual attacks.
That's
all right. You head over to Primewater's estate, which is, where drug dealers would live. If you look close, it even looks like he's got a TV antenna, like I didn't Photoshop out in the top right corner. I just noticed that. So you get to his house, and he is excited to meet with you. He is having, let's see what the weather was like today. I think it's rainy, so it's always raining in Saltmarsh. Always raining. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Heavy ass rains too. Yeah. So he's like, get on in here, right? So you guys go in. You're having breakfast. His missus is not there. It is just him. And well, actually, maybe his missus is there. That's interesting. Let's see. I'll check. Okay. So the missus is there. Sweet. Okay. So that would be these two. Your boy and his lady.
Oh.
All right. So your boy and his lady are, they're early risers. Even though they stay up late. You know how creative people are. You know, they never get any sleep. And yeah, they're enjoying a nice breakfast, and you are invited in. And Primewater looks at all of you, and he especially looks hard at you, Pharaohs, and says, "Oh, just the three of you."
Yeah, you know, the crocodile's gone. And everyone else has the better things to do. So, if we could just get our business over with.
Oh, so this isn't a social call. You just want to get paid. Is that my understanding?
Well, unless you want to be social.
I'll put a hand on Ferris's shoulder.
I
There's no need to be rude. Let's sit down.
Oh.
Much to discuss.
mean, you've been away at sea for a while. I'm sure you'll appreciate something besides seafood and hardtack. So please partake. And the table is laden with flapjacks and big beefy sausages and like a fruit salad. There's like a little bowl of yogurt. You can add stuff to it like granola and like dates and things like that. So it's pretty nice.
I ask if he has any pickles.
Pickles?
Yeah.
Pickles?
So he kind of narrows his eyes and he kind of clears his throat, and a little gnome woman shows up, and she says, yes. And he says, pickles, can you bring some, please? And she nods and leaves the room, comes back very quickly with 3 different types of pickles. So
Excellent.
Types of pickles.
yeah, spicy dwarf pickles, fat dill pickles, and sliced sweet butter pickles.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure which ones you would prefer, sir. So I just brought all the pickles that were open.
Thank you, madam.
Is this a normal thing?
It is. You
That's
haven't been
I've
here
heard
too
of the
long,
pickle thing.
so.
I mean, sure. I give him like a quizzical glare, like, what the fuck
I wish
is up
Bob
with you?
and Valeria were here, because they'd laugh.
Primewater's wife nods sagely at the pickles and says, "Did you know that a pickle is sort of like an undead cucumber?"
That's
Skull puts his face.
Oh,
Skull
shit.
puts his hand up to his chin, ponders it.
I give her like the Scooby-Doo gang glare, like, what did you say? Like,
Okay. She continues to put things into her yogurt, but does not eat her yogurt. She's just sort of putting all of the toppings on her yogurt.
you want some yogurt with your toppings, madam?
She looks up at you and narrows her eyes.
No, it's just a joke. I think that had the humans say, but very well.
The next time you speak to your master, you should ask her for some discipline. And she kind of picks up her spoon and takes a bite of her yogurt.
I ask
So,
her.
yeah, sure.
I ask her how her doll is, and that I know that Toothless
Oh,
would have been
she
very
gets
sad to.
so excited. Oh, yes, my puppet. Oh, my puppets are great. How is your puppet?
Well,
Has
the
it
sad.
accomplished what it set out to do?
That is a really interesting question. I mean, Toothless is gone, so I don't know what the puppets. What did you communed with it? What do you think happened?
It is a shame, but sometimes when you love someone, they eat you.
That is true.
It's concerning.
It is.
I don't think he's done with his work.
The puppet.
She nods sagely.
Mm.
How could that be? I'm pretty sure I saw it go over.
When I was my mother, I used to say, a puppet's work is never done.
Ah, that. Was it
That sounds
yours? Was it
Primewater kind of clears his throat, and he says, what'd you find for me? What'd you find for yourselves? You were welcome to keep whatever you found besides the 2 items. There is a certain curiosity that I have, since I'm retired from adventuring and whatnot, all that action. I don't get to see all the neat, shiny stuff that's out there.
Well, I don't know what we found. We found the items you were looking for.
Unfortunately, we
but
were a
what's
bit
it like?
too hasty.
What is in it for? Like,
How can you be sure you found the items? You're just that confident, or you've confirmed with magic?
Well, you did ask for a large crate of bananas, didn't you?
no, yes.
I could have sworn.
Through a mouthful of yogurt, Mrs. Primewater says,
Did you know that a banana is a berry?
What?
I had no idea, madam. That's fascinating. No, but we did get the statue, and we were led to believe that the thing in the crate. Well, we thought it best to open it in your presence.
Oh, sure. Are you brave enough to stick around and open it?
Yeah,
Of course.
sure. Toothless died for this thing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, no time like the present. He kind of pushes his plate away. Wheel it in. Let's take a look at it.
And madam, what master do you speak of?
She kind of looks at you, like, blankly. Doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
What the hell? She just said it.
She looks at you and is like, Have you tried these dates? And she kind of pushes the bowl of dates towards you. There's a couple left. She put most of on her own yogurt.
And still hasn't taken a bite.
Well, bro, bring it in. I want to see this box.
God.
I want to see if I can tell if she knows that she said something or not. Is it?
Sure,
Can I
yeah.
roll an insight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good insight. You are further convinced that this woman is completely insane.
And does she know what she said, or was it like a patron like speaking through her, or can I not tell that?
You get the feeling that she doesn't really keep track of anything that she says.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like in a mouthpiece kind of way, or like just insane.
Like if Primewater had like a police scanner, right?
Yeah.
That he keeps around, like this might be like that situation. Like
Okay.
sometimes what she says is a useful science fact, like a banana is a berry, which it actually is. And sometimes it's nonsense, but sometimes there's a little nugget in there.
Right, Skull, we'll get the box.
Yeah.
Wow, Primewater really knows how to pick him, doesn't he? Am I right?
You should probably stop talking. I guess. Oh God, now I'm so scared to open the box, but I'll open the box. I'll pull out my crowbar. See these bananas.
Okay.
Or
give me a death saving throw.
death saving
please.
throw. Okay.
Yeah, just a D20 roll.
Aw.
Oof. Okay. As you open it, you kind of feel, as the people of Saltmarsh say, a little hinky die feeling. But other than that, nothing else. Just sort of the scales on your arms and your neck kind of like rise up just a little bit, and you think for a second you heard maybe 1,000 children cry out as they were murdered, but then nothing. You pry the rest of the wood away, and you reveal a iron box. It is pretty big, not huge, but a little bit smaller than a footlocker.
Is this thing gonna kill him?
I think it's already happened.
Primewater says it was awfully generous of you to open that box for me.
I thought you were
Why
good.
would you open the box inside the box?
Sure, let's bring it out. I'm not so strong. If you could help me with this skull, is it?
Yeah. I'll.
Yeah. All right.
Can I see the school of magic that's on the box if it's magical, or?
That was the thing. Like, there were, as you used your warlock nerd eyes on it, it had runes, like etched into the wood. Once you had it on the ship and a better chance to examine it, they were, at your best guesstimation, runes to strengthen and protect, like, the box and its contents, but not aggressively. It was more like runes to reinforce.
Okay.
Yeah. Hence the reason that it survived all the mold, the decay, being banged around, all that jazz.
Okay. And what about this interior box?
So this interior box, it seems to be like a metal chest, iron bound. There are 3 locks on it.
Like padlocks?
Yeah. Primewater says, ooh, this is looking a little tricky. You know what? We might need some magic for this. I understand that you don't have a whiz robe or a rune caster or really, honestly, anything except that Thogrum fella.
I
But-
cough aggressively.
But Ida, she's actually been working with a whiz robe. What do you say I don't get him over here and have him help us take a look at this box? I just don't want anybody get. I just don't want any explosions in my dining room.
He's not pals with that old Kelladek, is he?
Oh no. Yeah, I've had to intercede on his behalf. Kelladek wanted to run him out of town. Had started a. I don't want to call it a hate campaign, but he was sort of capitalizing on the young man's unique ethnic identity. But I've smoothed that out for now. But assuming he doesn't get too big for his britches, I don't think Kelladek's going to be too much of a problem.
Well, sure. If you trust him, bring him over.
As long as he's not peddling his trade to the common folk, doing it behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be a problem. Through another mouthful of sugary yogurt, the wife says, yeah, no explosions, dear. We don't want to paint the walls with blood again. And she nods at him, and he nods back at her. All right. I'll go get him. I'll leave you to it, sweetheart. Just keep our guest, I don't know, feeling welcome.
So I sit down next to her and I'm like, so tell me, how did you and Mr. Primewater meet? Tell me the story. It must be lovely.
I found him when he was just a puppy.
I bet he had the cutest ears.
He did. He was lost in the woods.
Ah, as we all are from time to time. It was good of you to take him in.
Mm-hmm. I had just got done being my mother, so I thought it was time to be a wife. But first a mother, and then a wife? Time is slippery. She kind of looks over at you, like, real slowly, and the smile that she had for Tari, like, as she turns her head, it just melts into this hard line. and she looks over at Pharos, and she says, "No."
Oh, I mean,
And then she turns back to Tari, and as she turns, the smile kind of reforms millimeter by millimeter on her face. A milli-inch is when Europe and America finally get over the differences. And she smiles at you animatedly and says, "How is your song going? You sing for those who gave their lives for the cause."
I do. I was actually thinking of having the melody sort of inscribed into my. I was gonna have Thogrum make me some armor with sort of the melody studded into it. How do you tell me more about that time and what you know about it? I only know just the song that came to me, but nothing of the real world events that led to it. And
She leans in
can,
really close so that her very cold lips are brushing your ear. And she says, "There's a cave full of princesses."
Where?
She kind of just kind of stays there, and she says, "You know where. You'll go there soon. But soon is relative."
Is there anything I should bring with me when I go?
Bring your song. They'll have many songs for you. You should have a song for them.
Thank you. Could I offer you a song while we wait?
She kind of looks at you and she says, "Your songs are too strong for me. I shall abstain for now."
madam, where are you from?
And as you say that, she very slowly turns her head to face you. And Tari, you watch again as that beautiful smile turns into just the frowniest, flatline mouth ever as she turns to Pharos. "The north."
How far north? I look unnerved, like I'm not sure what I'm talking to, but like curiosity is just getting the better of me. But
She turns back to Tari, all smiles, and says, "Are you going to the Duchess's party? Will you be singing there?"
Oh, we did see something in passing about the Duchess's, but we hadn't had a chance to really talk about it. Can you tell me more about?
In 3 days. 3 days' time. What was it for? Time is very tricky. There'll be a great party. And the one who wears the mask, she will have the party. And we will all go and dance. And she kind of claps her hands together excitedly.
Yeah, I clap my hands together too, like in shared anticipation.
Okay.
like a masquerade party.
Oh, no. There won't be any masks.
You just said. Oh, okay.
But I don't know if you are ready to go home.
No. Me? I could go anytime I like.
Can I insight him?
Sure, yeah. Do you believe that you could go home anytime you like?
Well, as far as
You choose persuasion or deception. Skull roll insight check.
I'll choose deception.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, you got a +5 for sure, so that.
I mean, what was Pharos's bald reaction to that? Does he feel like he can go home?
No, so he balks like, I haven't been cast out of my home. Surely not. I'm not here out of my completely own volition. But
Okay.
So it's like Skull knows a truth that you don't know about yourself.
Oh, nice. Deep. Super deep. All right.
Yeah, he cannot go home. But
She kind of looks at you with a smile on her face finally and says, but you could if you wore a mask. So I guess at least 2 people there will be wearing a mask.
okay, where do I get these? Like, is this a mask that someone could get, or is it like a metaphorical kind of mask?
She kind of stares at you blankly.
Okay.
Did you know we used to have a cat?
No. Does it have a name?
I just named it Tabby. I wanted to name it Pussy Pussy, but Gellin told me that wouldn't be right. Gellin didn't like the cat very much, and he ate it. But I pretend that it went missing, because I don't want him to think that I'm mad at him.
How? You're not that old, right? You can't be a day over, it's like 30, madam. But I shouldn't ask a woman her age, but you are quite beautiful.
Okay, she kind of stares at you. I know.
So,
It's no accident.
like, how do you mean?
You hear the clapping of beefy hands, and Gellin walks back into the room. And he says, all right, wizard is on his way. So, anybody want after breakfast drinks? It's got to be at least 8 a.m. It's not too early for some elven brandy.
I'm good.
It's a cold, wet day. Light a little fire in your belly. Can I interest any of you in a drink?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
drink.
I think Skull's feeling
Thank you.
feeling very nervous all of a sudden.
So you need to understand that this wizard, among his people, he'd be called a devastator. I don't want you to think that this is somebody you need to worry about, though. He seems like a real nice guy. Ida swears by him, and I mean honestly, she swore by you guys, and you guys are all tip top, right?
Except for that unfortunate blabbing incident early on, but you've been generous enough to forget.
Hey, you've got to crawl before you can walk. Walk before you can run.
Well, thank you. That's generous.
Run before you can prowl. So, yeah, he'll be here soon. He is a hobgoblin, so no problems with that. I see you don't have the elf and the dwarf, which is good. They're really slow on the civil rights movement. I mean, Dritz he's pushing it real hard, but these longer-lived races are really having a lot of trouble putting that hatred behind them. But I guess when your gods walked the earth and did battle with the gods of these other races, you tend to hold a grudge for a while. So, I don't know. The way I see it, a person's value comes from their usefulness, not from their species. So, that's one of the best things about Saltmarsh. So anybody, even your friend Toothless, had a place here. So those Daggerford bastards, pretty sure that's gonna be one of the first things that gets changed when they take over, if we don't stop them.
Hey, I mean, instead of trying to stop them, have you ever tried like cozying up to them and getting your own kind of inside track?
There's no track finer than the track that I've established for myself. If anything, I would be giving up tracks for any sort of partnership. Plus, Ida and the other traditionalists, they know that losing its independence, that would be the end of Saltmarsh. It would just be some satellite city, basically paying Daggerford for the privilege of existing. So, we'll get it sorted out. Don't worry. I understand you're from Daggerford.
Mm-hmm.
How do you weigh in on the attempts at acquisition?
As far as I could tell, it's just a coming inevitability, and the way I see it is like the more these small towns seem to fight it, the worse off they are. And if they approaching it kind of like as a partnership is always seemed to be beneficial, but I don't know what you have going on. As far as franchising out Daggerford to these smaller towns.
He kind of narrows his bushy brows at you appraisingly, and he says, well, perhaps I'll take that up with the Duchess when I see her in a few days at her party.
We'll try our best to go there. Right, guys?
Oh, yeah?
It's party. Right.
I guess you heard that she's hiring security for the event, or are you planning to attend in your former stature? Sorry, I did a bit of digging while you were away.
I like preen at like the claw that's like, I'm not gonna be a guard at a party.
I can't.
Well,
I'm not
since
necessarily above it though.
Since you're so fancy, why don't you invite your new friends along as your special guests, and then everyone can attend on equal footing.
Wait a second, Pharaoh. What have you not been telling us? There.
What? Oh.
Well, it looks like you just automatically get an invite to a Duchess's party.
Well, yeah, I kind of like haphazardly like passed her like the scroll of like pedigree. It's like it's all there. So I was a prince. It's no big deal.
Yeah, totally. I like glance down at it and hand it right back.
I don't even look at it and pass it to the next person.
Well, I mean, you were a prince amongst the Dragonborn, but your family were simply, foreign diplomats on the Sword Coast. But sure, like, hold on to whatever titles help you sleep at night.
This is a piece of paper.
You'd be surprised how much value pieces of paper seem to carry.
I snatch it back. It's like
So while we're waiting for this expert to open the box, where's the other thing? Where's the statue?
Statue. Oh, it's right here. I'll lift up the sack.
Okay.
What is
it? You hear a whisper from the missus. The Queen of Decay.
Is that what it is? As far as I could tell, it's at least somewhat magical, so...
Oh, yeah, you didn't touch it, did you?
No.
That's good. Okay. Can I take a peek? Take a peek in the bag?
Sure, I'll open up the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to touch it?
He kind of gives it a couple sniffs. He's like, all right. I'll get this validated, and we'll get this box open, and I'll get you folks paid.
Well, I set the statue on the bag on the table.
Gellin, I do want to know more about the Duchess, but can you tell me more about your history with this box? I'm just so curious about what it means to you and why you had us go get it off that ship.
What it means to me is,
if I can.
Yeah, sure. Curiosity is good.
All those dead cats and all.
He kind of like scowls a bit, and he looks over at his wife, and she's just sort of like picking at her teeth, like looking off the other direction. How do I put this? An associate of mine, less than savory associate, was trying his hand in the slave trade. That vessel contained, from what I understand, a great many tabaxi who were being brought back to Faerun to be sold into the Kalasham slave markets. You would be, well, you might not be surprised, but those southern sheiks, they love their cat girls. In addition to the slaves, they also rolled a cult of demon worshipping tabaxi. Normally, the tabaxi worship something called the Cat Lord, but every now and then they get mad at the Cat Lord and they find some other lord instead. Almost always a demon lord. In this case, Zugtmoy. She's the demon goddess of fungus and decay. Probably ran into some fungusy stuff, I'm assuming, while you were there.
You sure did.
Yeah. So she, anyways, back in the new world, part of why we keep going over there, and I'll be honest, ruining it, is because it is so full of gold. So much gold. And the gold is at like a purity that nothing comes close to here in Faerun. So in addition to the cargo hold full of slaves, they were also bringing quite a bit of Mastican gold back with them. That's what's in this box.
Huh.
Yeah. The locals call it blood gold, because I guess their human sacrifices and stuff get like the blood gets collected and melted into the gold. Has like a rich like a rich orange color. Some people are convinced it's cursed, but
Skull starts to sweat and his hands get clammy.
We're civilized folk. We have clerics. Like, anyways.
Okay.
You hear a small gnome clear her throat.
Sir, your guest is here. He has arrived, per your request. He's very wet, but I'll dry him off before he comes in. May I introduce to you, Mr. Nikolai Constantine, third of his name. This way, sir.
He'll walk in. Yeah, he'll kind of, he'll do his thing.
Establishing shop, please.
He is well armored. He has kind of a furry, scraggly looking kitten with the wings next to him, walking along, eyeing everyone suspiciously, I think. Oh, there, yeah, I like it. And he's being polite and kind of just following along for the moment.
All right. Primewater looks over at you and says, I appreciate you coming on such short notice. I've got a box here, triple locked, maybe cursed, probably has magical protections. Kelladek is so difficult to work with. Is there any way that you could just take care of this for me? I can compensate you. But obviously under the table.
Nikolai Constantine, third of his name. I do think that he could help with you in this regard. Who are these other people? I assume the rest of the crew's there.
Yeah, the missus shouts out,
Pussy!
As she sees your cat, and your cat looks over at her. I don't know, how would your cat respond?
Katyara, which is the cat's name,
okay,
would kind of go over and I think do the cat thing where it kind of like nuzzles up against her.
Okay.
And if she tries to touch it, it might snarl a little bit, but they can warm up with each other.
Okay. If I spelled that wrong, you go ahead and correct it on your. You should be able to correct it on your mini, I think. But I just threw a bunch of random words in there. Hoped it spelled it right. So, all right. Yeah, she's very pleased, and she pets the cat and seems very distracted. Primewater gives you a look like this guy's a professional, because you've already taken that out of the equation. So,
And welcome, and how may I help you? What can I do here?
like I
What do
said,
you need for this
sure-
box?
yeah, triple locked, possibly cursed, could blow up.
Would you think that, how do they say, dispel magic might help you?
Yeah, that would, yeah. You're some kind of spellcaster, aren't you, Pharaohs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why don't you guys work together on this? We'll watch and observe. Like,
Watch. Okay.
Mr.
I'm no
Pharaohs,
wizard.
what do you know about this, this chest?
Apparently it's got gold in it. That the cat people highly regard, as far as I know.
And this is something that will help Miss Ada, I think.
I assume so.
Have
Not
you
really.
have you cast what do they call it? Detect magic yet?
Yes, apparently it is
Magic.
Oh yeah,
magical.
yeah. So now that it's out of the banana crates and been kind of, the sides of the banana crate have been pulled down, and you're looking at it. It is very much magically warded. It has some explosive runes on it. It has a disintegration rune on it. And it has a madness rune on it. Each of the locks seems to be exceptionally well crafted and magically reinforced.
What do you think about dispel magic, Pharaohs?
I think spell magic seems to be good.
Will we blow up?
Only if you fail.
Well, you never know. You never know with these kind of things. How about this? How about what do you think? Let me know if it's not going too well, and then I'll have an idea.
But I like you, Pharaohs. And let me cast this.
Should we move to the basement, or is this going to be okay just here in the dining room?
Should be fine here.
Okay.
I mean, if we lose, I'll never know.
Yes, let me cast this this dispel magic spell and see what happens.
Okay. So which of the three effects are you going to try to dispel magic on?
Explosive one.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Let's do the explosive one first, and I'll do it at a 4th level slot.
Sure. Okay.
Just to be a little bit extra safe.
All right. You do it on a 4th level slot, and you feel as if you have dispelled it. So there's still the madness and the disintegration.
All right. Well, are we gonna do the other ones? Is that I don't know how wizards work. I can only do 2.
Distractedly, Mrs. Primewater looks up from the cat and says, "If the prince is disintegrated, may I have some to put in my cave each morning?"
Sure, I don't care.
You may not.
Let me try disintegration. Sounds
Okay.
very.
Gellin's like, "What's the plan here? Like, just dispel magic again?"
Yes.
All right.
Da.
Okay.
So it's a 3rd level.
All right. So then you will need to do a caster check.
Oh my god.
Against the difficulty of the dispel magic. Or sorry, per the dispel magic spell. So what that means is you do an ability check against the DC set by the spell itself.
So first wizard in a long time. So is
Oh,
that
sure,
like-
sure, sure. So the DC is 10 plus the level of the spell.
Yep.
Which the disintegrate is a 6th level spell.
So roll, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's 6, yeah.
So you, yeah.
On intelligence.
Correct. So you roll a d20 and you're just gonna add your. Oh, damn, dude. Oh, but it's not a save.
Plus
It's just
8
a
save?
proficiency check.
Oh, sorry.
That's amazing
Yeah.
save though. Let me see.
Here, I can re-roll.
Oh no, that's cool. We'll just subtract the amount. It's fine. All right. Yeah, when you cast a spell, let's see the spellcasting ability check. Yeah. Okay. So you got a good roll, like a good intelligence, but at the end of the day, it is not enough to get rid of the disintegration glyph.
Yep.
It doesn't set it off or anything.
Okay,
Well, that's good.
that's good.
That's...
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Oh, well, I could try, I guess.
Okay.
I'll just do the same thing.
Not to get super dark with you guys, but I mean, I got people I don't like. You just want me to have someone I don't like open the disintegration lock?
Sure.
Niet.
Oh wait, who?
I don't think you really need to know that, but like if you can't get the disintegration one, will it be discharged once it goes off, or does it just last forever?
Well, we don't know if it's gonna disintegrate the box though. You don't want to disintegrate your box, do you?
Ooh, that's
It's
a
true.
good point. That's a really good point. Okay. I mean, you can try again.
All right. So I don't detect any curses coming from this box, do I?
No, I mean, if there was a curse, it probably went off already.
Yeah, I took care of that for you. God
All
damn
right.
it.
Nikolai Constantine, a third of his name, recommends continuing to deal with this shit.
Okay. Well, I mean,
But
are you adverse to juicing up first?
Huh.
what do you mean by juicing up first?
Drugs like performance enhancer.
If I am Russian, no.
What is...
That was really racist, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So you're hobgoblin. Do hobgoblins in your tribe not believe in performance enhancers?
they would do it totally.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So hold on. He kind of clears his throat, and the little gnome comes into the room again, and she says,
Yes, sir.
and he says, yeah, we're gonna need some fox's cunning, like the good stuff out of Silvery Moon, like the real good stuff. Don't spare any expense on this. This guy's got to be the smartest man in the room.
Oh, right away, sir. I'll hit up the drug vault.
And so she leaves. Some time passes. She comes back with a little silver platter like room service would have. She takes the little lid off of it. And you do see that there is an elixir there. It is bright orange with purples and green swirls dancing throughout it.
Nikolai feels nervous, but he will take. He does not want to seem cowardly.
Okay. All right. It tastes a little like banana strawberry as it goes down. You are healed, 2d4 plus 2 hit points, and your intelligence score has increased by 4.
All right. Dispel magic again.
Okay.
I think you could just click on the intelligence
Level-
on your stat.
You just click on the word intelligence, and it'll just roll it for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oof.
Oof.
All right. Well, that's with a... Oh, man, because a plus 4 intelligence would give you another 2. Yeah, you're like... You rolled a 5, though. All right, you have more spell slots, or are you running out?
Nikolai has one more.
Okay. You yet again. You didn't blow yourself up, which is good. You want to try
Alright.
again?
Why not? Sure.
Okay.
Yay.
There you go.
There we
All right.
go.
You kind of close your eyes. Your heart's beating super fast, like super fast in your chest. And you feel like maybe your wisdom has gone down a little bit, metagame. But man, it's hard to focus on anything else but like the thoughts that are just like assaulting your head. Like all the theories of magic that you've been kind of slowly processing on the back burner are just coming into focus. But realizing this is your last spell slot, you kind of dig deep, and then you just knock it out. The runes disappear around the second lock.
Well, friends, I think chest is safe to open.
Isn't there one more?
There is still the Rune of Madness.
Ah, one more rune. Ah, counting.
Third of his name.
All right.
Third time's the charm.
All right, I'll handle this one.
Okay, what do you got?
Dispel magic.
Okay,
that-
sure.
Knock that one out.
And you cast that automatically at 4th level, right? As a okay. Yeah. All right, that'll do it. You guys have dispelled all of the things. Who's going to unlock the chest?
How about the waitress?
The waitress? You mean the adorable housekeeper who keeps the estate in order? You think that she could pick locks? This lady right here?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's her business. That's her business. All right. If nobody's got lockpicking, he'll just bring in a dude that has lockpicking if that's needed.
All right. Scar,
All right.
you don't pick locks?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore.
All right. So you guys have about 15 minutes or so before the lockpicking expert arrives. Do you want to just awkwardly pass the time? Do you want to introduce yourselves to this wizrobe? Like, what do you want to do while you're waiting?
Okay. So you're a wizard, right? I'll refer to the hobgoblin. Like, I admittedly don't know much about magic outside of what I could do. It's all kind of new to me.
Yes, in case you have not heard, my name is Nikolai Constantine, third of his name.
Uh-huh.
I am also seeking strong magical powers. It sounds like maybe we could work together.
Sure. I mean, we always run magical oddities now and then. But,
Now, out of curiosity, like, are you always ready for action? So, like, on this rainy day in town, are you wearing your medium armor? Like, have your shield handy? The whole deal, like, looking more warrior than wizard?
Yes,
Okay.
but it is pleasure to meet you, Theros. I think we may be able to trade secrets from time to time.
sure. My secrets aren't that exciting, though. But
Neither are mine.
I didn't know the hobgoblins had, like, a formal society.
Woof. Wow.
That
Fantasy
is-
racism at its
that
finest.
is-
Yeah.
That is common misconception. We are actually highly organized. You should come visit one day. My home, currently destroyed, but one day better.
Hopefully. Sure.
I think you would be very lovely hovels, dark tunnels, torches.
Okay. So,
He's
I
really
guess-
selling it. You've never heard of a better place to go visit on a vacation.
sounds wonderful. We'll be sure to get the ship going once I can go into the ocean again and not be eaten by a giant kraken.
And you, Mr. Hornman.
Primewater kind of snaps to attention,
sorry-
and he says, "Did you encounter the kraken?"
Oh yes, it was great. That's what killed Toothless. Didn't you hear? It was a great time.
Well, I mean, I've heard that Toothless died. You've mentioned it about 14 times since you showed up for breakfast, but I didn't know the cause. I assumed that he maybe invaded someone's personal space, and they finally got fed up with him. But if it was the kraken, then it might.
That's just about what happened.
Wow. Oh. Confusing. All right. And your ship took no damage?
No. Well, the ghost ship is now.
How did you outrun it?
Well, I charmed it.
Wow. She looks up from Pet and Cat, and she looks over at you and gives you a nod of respect. It's actually the most there I think you've ever seen Lady Primewater. That's impressive.
Yes, but now I believe it hates me.
Well, don't worry. This whole area is a different Kraken's territory, so you shouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, just don't go into the deep water. You'll be fine. Stay near the coast.
Well, these are chumps.
Well, deep water is definitely a whole different experience. So.
And if I may ask, Mr. You have large horns. What is your name? And he kind of looks at Skull.
I am Skull Blackus, but most people call me Skull.
And what brings you here?
Well, we just finished a job for Gellin here, and once this box is open, we'd like to get paid.
And what will you do next?
What business is that of yours?
Well, Nikolai Constantine, third of his name, might be willing to help. If you would like another.
Oh, we have a slot open.
Yeah, you see both the Prime Warders are watching this exchange with some interest.
If I would be interested in assisting, I think, given you seem very accomplished.
What other than your talent at opening things that maybe shouldn't be, what else do you bring to our group? My name's Tari, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Tari, that is a nice name. Well, I think that I could help you in the magical arts. I could help to defend and attack. I will admit that I have my own needs and my own goals, but I think, at least for the moment, they might align.
Oh, what are those goals?
To learn much about the magical arts. It's like a little mini Harry Potter.
Quest for power.
It's so cute. So cute.
Well, as long as we do have two other members of our party who aren't here today, but if they're willing, I don't see why not.
The copper one is going to be very surprised by the mice.
Who's the copper one?
And she goes back to, like, absentmindedly petting the cat.
You need to write these down.
Did you mean Copperlocks down in the mine?
She looks over at you and she says, "Hello, princess."
I curtsy and then I pet the cat and then I
Okay.
go back to do my thing.
Yeah, Gellin says, "Oh yeah, the mines. Have you heard of that? Apparently you guys busted open a tunnel and it leads down into a big complex."
Oh, that was me.
What's down there?
Dwagar, I think I'm saying it right.
Draugr?
No.
No, Dwagar, like they're I don't know, bad dwarves, I guess. Gray dwarves.
And did you find strong magical wizards down there?
Did I? I haven't found any. I haven't gone.
Ah.
I'm a councilman. I'm a politician. I'm a businessman. I don't go adventuring. I mean, look at me. And he, like, hits his barrel chest that's, like, toned-ass muscle. He's like, I'm a weak old man. I don't have time to do anything like that. That's crazy.
There was some powerful magic down there that had animated a bunch of bones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we could use the
mummy
help.
rod episode.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot is happening in Saltmarsh right now. A lot of spooky stuff, if I'm being honest.
Abnormal amount?
I would say yes. I would definitely say yes. In my experience, it's usually more mundane, like who's smuggling what, who's in league with which pirates. Let's get some privateers. More traditional, swashbuckly stuff.
I have
Lately, though, like what? Ghosts and cultists, and now there's that serial killer down in Crabber's Cove. Like, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And then I hear that there's this haunted mine, and you guys go down there and you crack open something, and now we could possibly be dealing with like a dwarven civil war. I mean, this is crazy.
Nikolai has vowed to help Ada. I don't know if you all are willing to help her more.
Oof, Ada. Yeah, she's really concerned about those cultists. Look, I know you guys are money motivated. Ada does not have a lot to invest right now into hiring adventurers. So if you could go listen to her offer, if you don't find it to be fair for the work that she's asking you to do, let me know and I'll try to further compensate you. But I really would like her to get some help.
Very well.
She's my best friend in the whole world.
Okay. I'm sure we could help. So we do this today. We go to the party some next, 3 days from now? So.
I don't think I know Her Royal Highness did my mic die?
No, you're fine.
No, we can hear you.
Okay. Her Grace the Duchess, can you tell me more about her?
Oof. Yeah, sure. I can totally do that. Or would you like to? I heard you're on pretty good terms with her, Pharaohs.
Mm-hmm.
She was a very close friend of your father. May he rest in peace. Or was it Pieces? I heard it was pretty grisly.
That's he makes like a grim chuckle, trying to dismiss the topic. It's like, let's talk about something else.
But my good friend Tari has a legitimate question, and I would like to get it answered. So the Duchess, her name is Morwen Daggerford. Yeah. So she's she's very business savvy. She's very cunning. Some say she's a bit ruthless. Her husband died of a heart attack. The rumors say in the bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it's not
yeah,
it's not that important.
right. It's just a fun party fact, I guess. But anyways, Lady Morwen, she basically took over every available hamlet, farm, town that she could get her hands on, and told them that they lived in Daggerford. And she generally just kind of rinse and repeats, does that over and over again, slowly but surely expanding the borders of Daggerford, so it's larger and larger and larger.
So you're not a fan of hers then?
I mean, I'm a fan of her professionally. I was a fan of her up until she set her greedy little eyes on my town. But by my town, of course, I mean the town that I'm a citizen of, equally with all other people in the town. That town. My town that I serve as a councilman. My town.
Your town. Okay.
It's our town, am I right?
Our town. Everyone just works for you.
Well, I do provide quite a few jobs for the area. I wouldn't say that everyone works for me, but, I try to keep the economy strong.
So if we were to go provide security or attend in a more, and I sort of glare over at Pharaoh's prestigious role, is there anything that we could do for you while we were there?
Oh. Actually, yes. But maybe we should discuss that at another time. Not so much in mixed company. Then he looks directly at Pharaoh as he says that.
Oh, what does that mean?
Interesting.
Quite.
Huh?
Someone of your skills would be an exceptionally useful asset to have in attendance at that event, Ms. Tari. And I'm sure you could knock out whatever matters this fine wizard and Ida need taken care of with plenty of time to spare. Perhaps we can all journey there together.
Well, I'd of course have to check with Togram and Ilaria, and I look around at the group. I don't know what people are giving off right now about going to the ball.
Skull's definitely not
Where do I
interested.
look?
Also, he would say you can't dance, so.
Well, I mean, Steve or whatever your name is, you could just, I don't know, work security, right? That way you're, there but not there. Could be a lucrative opportunity. I know you guys are in love with the ocean, and this would be pretty far inland, but I mean, after pissing off a kraken, maybe you deserve a little shore leave.
And Nikolai will go with his big feet and dance.
I'm sure the people of Daggerford would love to see that.
Kind of a river dance, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
right,
The
well,
gnome clears her throat and says,
Yes, sorry to interrupt yet again, but your other guest has arrived, sir. May I introduce Luck of the Draw?
all right. So Luck of the Draw rolls up in there.
Hey. Wow, feels like I just saw you guys a few hours ago.
Well, how's it going?
I mean, it's going. Oh, yogurt.
and he just puts his hand in the yogurt and just scoops out like a fistful and eats it.
Nice.
Zero sanitation.
I have never seen you, sir. Who are you? Luck of the
I'm luck of the draw.
draw. Pleasure.
I'm sure.
Yes.
So I'm here to pick some locks. Is that it, Mr. Primewater? Lady.
He nods to her.
Oh.
And he heads over to the chest and swiggity swooty NPC stuff happens. It takes a little while. There's some mumbling and cursing under his breath. He breaks a couple lockpicks in the process. Eventually he does get it unlocked.
Yeah. These are the good times to be a rogue. My father's father told me that back in his day you had a percentile dice you had to roll, and if you screwed it up, you never got to try again. The age of bullshit. That's what he used to call it.
Hey, we don't really have a rogue with us. If you want to, tag along for...
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking. I've been away at sea for 7 days. And man, you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to go on a mysterious caper with a bunch of weirdos. No, I don't. I don't want to do any of those things. Yeah, I'm leaving. A pleasure running into you, Primewater. If you'd like, I will stick around in case there's an interior lock, but...
Primewater nods and says, yeah, if you need some time alone, just wait in the sitting room, and we'll call for you if we need you. And he looks at all of you, and he just kind of narrows his eyes, and he's like, and then he looks at Skull, and he just shakes his head. Just shakes his head. And he walks out of the room.
God, I'm just the expert at burning every single bridge.
What? You're doing fine. So, open the lid on the box. Oh man. There are some gold. Well, they're kind of an orangey color because of all the blood of innocence that was melted into it. But yeah, there's some orangey gold ingots. They look like liquid. They're so pure. The light, the ambient light coming in from there's not really any because it's raining outside, but the light coming in from the windows combined with the candle light and the oil lamps, this stuff is just you can hear how shiny it is. That's how freaking shiny this gold is. And he kind of grabs his chest, Primewater, and he closes his eyes, and you see one tear roll down his scarred face. And then his wife rises. The cat kind of takes flight, and she moves to embrace him, and he just lets her hold him because it's such an emotional moment for him. All right, let me get you your money.
How much is this worth?
I don't know. I'll have to see when I take it to market. But I mean, a decent amount. An amount that makes me feel okay giving you fine mercenaries your 10,000 gold. So I really appreciate you not taking this lockbox for yourself. Okay. It means a lot to me. My trust. It went from 0 to a little bit above 0 now. And that's saying something. I'm really, really... Wow, it's really hard to find mercenaries that you could count on. He's legitimately kind of breaking up here. He just can't believe it. So I don't know if it's an act. I don't know if he's legitimately moved by your honesty or your competence. But man, there's definitely a reaction going on here.
Is Luck of the Draw not one of your trusted mercenaries?
Oh, luck of the draw is great. absolutely great. And I have no doubts that he would have been successful in this mission. But there's something about your merry band. The bards would call it the blood of heroes. People that are chosen by, I don't know, fate, gods, whoever, for greatness. I kind of picked up on that vibe when we first met. I definitely am feeling that vibe now. Greatness. Absolutely. All right, so, yeah, we'll get you 10,000. If you have time, please, please, please go help Ida with whatever she needs. And again, if you feel that her compensation is not commensurate to the work and the skill that you are doing, let me know, and I will try to make sure it's a little bit better than that. As tempting as it is to go and help Copperlocks, you do you. You do you. So, if you're looking for work, I'll always be able to find you something. If you plan on going to this soiree and you'd like to travel together, there is safety in numbers. There are bandits on the roads. Nobody ever caught those gnolls, or did they? Did they? Hold on. And he kind of clears his throat, and the little gnome comes rushing back into the room.
Yes, sir.
Did they ever catch those gnolls?
Yes, Jenna the Generous and her crew, while they were on shore leave, they caught them.
Oh, all right. All right, yeah. All right, well, the roads are probably a little bit safer than they were, but still, the offer stands. So, but for now, I got stuff to do. We got a busy day. So, that's my polite way of telling you to leave my home. Okay.
So what would you all like to do?
Well, if the party's like, you help out that lady, Ada, maybe, I don't know, try and catch a serial killer? That's not really my, my decision, I guess.
She was good to us.
I thought we had sort of agreed as a group to, I thought we had decided to go after the cultists.
Yeah, that's, I mean, out of game, yeah.
And to help out
But, you know,
Surfer Tour. But
We got plenty of reasons now in game to do
Well,
it.
that's actually what Ida is hoping to do. Is she's trying to get rid of the cultists, so that kind of works out.
I would like to
We'll hear what she
help
has to
Ada.
say. And I
for
guess
sure.
you can tag along and point at that guy. You.
Which guy? Okay.
Third time's the charm.
Well, I have a cat. I have a cat too, you know, so.
All right.
as everybody's walking out, I'll be like, I'll say like, I'll be right with you. I just need to use the facilities. Go on ahead. I'll meet you at Ada's.
Okay.
then-
Can you hop into
Yeah.
secret meeting real quick? Okay.
Sure.
Oh, okay. That went well.
Yeah, I've just tried to like
Yeah.
come up with like in-game reasons why Skull would give two shits about your character. So yeah, like I
for
want to
me?
do it like naturally. You know what I mean?
No, I like it.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
mean like I'm not trying to like
I-
you know.
I mean, I would be really skeptical of like a random person who wanted
Yeah,
to tag along.
like-
So you should
Yeah,
do that.
that's what I was trying to do. I don't know. I apologize. Like it was kind of mean-spirited.
It was not.
Cool.
You'll have to be much meaner,
Yeah.
Skull.
No. Pharaohs could sometimes be a Karen when it comes to like not knowing about other people. So that's where the whole like I don't know hobgoblins had places that are civilized or whatever.
No, we haven't run into a hobgoblin yet, so yeah. Except for the coalinth, but they were all about honor, and I think those are like the sea hobgoblin version. And like this Skull sitting there watch you try your magic 3 times in a row and it not going off. Yeah, it's definitely.
No, but you are
I
totally
like
good,
the
by the way.
I like that you got him the third time because that mixes with your name very well. I loved it. That's what...
Yes. Yep.
I was super afraid you were just gonna get disintegrated immediately. And you have to roll another character.
I had that worry. Yep. I was doing that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die again."
I feel like maybe if you had failed the third time, maybe that would have happened.
Yeah, potentially. I have no idea, but yeah. So we're gonna roll up to Ada's and then go cultist hunting. It sounds like. Yeah, I'm really curious what's going on in the other room, but I can't quite hear it. Probably for the best.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I didn't tell people that I was royalty in Dragonborn society. I just glanced over that detail, I guess. Or rather, I didn't inform Tari at least.
And where do Dragonborns come from? Like, where, like, is there like a centralized location or no?
There is like a city.
Yeah, I set the crash
There's
the other
a city
time,
like on the other side
unclear.
of the map, like the part of the Sword Coast no one goes to. There's like a like a big like I looked at a map once and I think that's like the main city that came through when they came from the other world or whatever. Or when I decided to play Dragonborn, Crash showed me a video and I think it mentioned like there is like a city that's mainly Dragonborn. I think it like sort of like spaceship style.
Yeah.
Like they ended up there
Yeah,
and
they
then,
like warped through.
and then they turned it into a city.
And so is that where you came from, Pharos and
No,
Skull, or did you come
no.
from elsewhere?
Definitely not. I really don't like the lore. After I watched it, I'm like, that's not what I.
It's kind of lame. We're basically like aliens, if that's how they'll go
I really don't like it.
Which is weird, given that dragons exist already.
I mean, yeah, given that dragons also exist, given that tabaxi are just fine existing, like.
Yeah.
It's so weird that they're not here. I feel so bad. Thogger and
Yeah, I do too. Also, it would have been like kind of fun if they got to join like at our house. Although I'm sure like it would have never worked.
Yeah, 3 hours before the game.
It would have been kind of cool.
Probably not.
Yeah, if they had like been able to like get in here and like we could play together, that'd be pretty cool.
So what state are you guys from? Said you're from Colorado, or wait?
Yeah, we're in Denver, Liz and I.
Oh, okay. I've only been to Denver once, I think. I'm from Atlanta right now.
Yeah, you're like northeast Atlanta, right?
Yep.
Yeah, my parents live in like pretty close to Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay. My parents have they have a lake house near Greenville, near Lake Kiowee, I think.
Oh, my parents are on Lake Kiowee.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in Seneca.
I don't know anything about Lake Kiowee.
Okay.
I know that there's a country club out there. That's the only part of Lake Kiowee I know about. Is where my parents have their stupid lake house.
There is.
Not stupid, it's nice.
Yeah, we actually took a road trip out there with our 2 young kids for Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
It was fun. But so we were tooling around Lake Kiowee. And we drove through Atlanta twice. The traffic in Atlanta is horrible.
Yeah, I lived through it, so I've gotten used to it. And then when other people like talk about it, it's an apocalyptic nightmare.
Even from Denver, it's yeah, like Denver traffic is not great, but Atlanta traffic is pretty bad. I feel like. But yeah, I remember when we sent you the package. I was like, oh, like we're gonna drive like right by your house.
Yeah.
And they're back, I think.
Yep. All right, so yeah, so as Tari excuses herself and goes back in, you guys kind of watch the house. You see through the window in the rain, Primewater and his wife looking at the box. And occasionally like kind of picking up one of the pieces of gold and kind of moving it around in the light and then putting it back down. His wife is picking it up and he's just sort of holding his hand to his mouth like a new father would when they see their baby, you know, like just consumed by how beautiful it is. Eventually, Tari rejoins you. And seeing that you guys are spying on them, you see Lady Primewater sort of flick a finger at the window, and the curtains kind of close.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. You guys stand out in the heavy rain. Again, Pacific Northwest is what you're dealing with the Sword Coast. So it is rainy, it is cold, but when it's beautiful, it's so beautiful. But right now, it's one of those wet, cold days.
Well, I think we go to Ada, discuss the cultists and compensation, and maybe tomorrow we go. I know we just met each other recently. And
balls in your court, guys.
Sure. That sounds good. So our schedule is... So is it this evening? And I say we go help out Ada, get the serial killer, and go unwind with the party.
Dang. All right, that's a full schedule. All right, so you're going to help out Ada, find out what she needs. Then also, while you're out and about, track down and stop a serial killer. Get all that done in the next 48 hours so that you have time to travel to Daggerford and attend the soiree.
That's definitely not decided, but I'll definitely got to.
Oh no, okay, because that sounds pretty cool to me. But you know, like I think the first step was cultists, though,
sure.
right?
That we agree on.
Cultists for sure.
Okay.
And then we can kind of see how quickly that goes, maybe.
All right. So the 10,000, I am curious. It's none of my business, but I am curious. How did you guys divide that up?
Well, as long as everyone agreed, we were.
Did everybody get an equal share, or did you do half goes to your crew fund, like to your ship fund? Like what?
That was still in discussion. We had, I had put forward that we should keep it into a party fund from now on, and then.
Are you guys just walking around town with 10,000 gold on you?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, where else can we put it?
On the ship.
Well,
bank is our bank.
There is a bank. It is owned by the Copperlocks.
Do they have any relation to Ada or no?
No. They have relations to what Ministrid or whatever the boss dwarf is that you guys did the mine job for.
I didn't know there was a bank.
Yeah, she also.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have all of the ship crew withdraw their money from the set up so they would draw from the bank somehow.
Oh, okay. So you guys are going to set up like a formal business account. Okay.
Venmo time.
That's fancy. All right. So you head over to the mining company headquarters, wherein you meet with Ministrad Copperlocks, this lady right here. She petitions you heavily to accept her offer of exploring these Dwegar-filled dwarven ruins that you have unearthed. Because, like, A, she doesn't want Dwegar to have whatever they have, because Dwegar are the worst. And B, all this belongs to her family, now that she bought out the deed. And damn it, Ghost, Dwegar, mummies, spiders, a river of souls, whatever, it's not going to stop her. She's going to get this place up and running, and she's going to turn into a success God's damn it. So I don't know if that impassioned plea for your guys' assistance is enough, or
Nikolai, good Mina, need to deal with cultists first. Would that work if other party members agree?
Hey, it's not only one group of adventurers in this town,
a
right?
lot on our plate.
Yeah.
I do want to ask her.
Yeah,
how
is she,
I know.
does it need?
Go ahead.
No, does it need to happen right away, or is she cool? Like
I
waiting a
mean,
little
it
bit.
is what it is. When I reset your calendars or whatever, when you guys see me post up like it's such and such when you ended the session, that's when I roll for calendar stuff. So that's when I check to see if other adventuring parties take quests, if other quests are successfully completed or not, things like that. So that's why quests will be there, and then sometimes they will not be there. It is to create a more realistic play experience than if you were just playing like Witcher or Skyrim or something like that, where the guy's like, "I'll meet you in the next town over," and then like 4 years later you show up,
But
and
you're
the guy's
playing.
like, "Yeah,
But you're playing Skyrim music right now. How can we not?
I know. But it's to create a living world feeling. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, either way, she explains to you the benefits of setting up a safe, essentially. They've got a magically a rune etched vault in the basement. It's protected by a horde golem. They've got all kinds of like protections in place. It ain't as good as like what you're gonna find in like Waterdeep or Neverwinter, but it's pretty damn good. It's better than like having your party rogue carry literally all your money and then get like jumped in an alley. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So obviously there are risks. Insurance wise, she can't guarantee that she could pay back all the money if it were to get stolen. But they will compensate up to 40% if they get robbed.
How much does it cost to open an account?
So to open an account, essentially, they reserve the right to work with 20% of the money that you put in there. So if you put it in there, they're going to want to have access. Like you put in 10,000, they're going to want to have access to 20,000. Or not, sorry, 10,000. They're going to have access to 2,000 for 30 days. So they're going to put a hold on 2,000 for 30 days.
Nikolai new to this sum of money, but trusts Miss Kapalox, I think.
I think this is. I mean, it sounds fine. It's not ideal. It's not like a vault or anything, but
Yeah.
sure.
And we will help
If
you.
you guys are fine with
If
it.
anything, it forces you guys to save 2,000 for 30 days from now. So
Could we possibly
and
decide
then
on this later?
you give her a list of you give her a list of who is approved to make withdrawals or deposits into the account. Blah 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 blah.
All right, I'm going to say
Could we
let's do
decide
it.
on this later? Like, because we discussed
Sure.
nothing
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, okay. So like when the
Yeah.
others are here, yeah. So that'll give you another thing to talk about in chat during the week.
Thank you.
All right, so that offer's on the table. All right, so now you got to head to Ida and find out about these cultists, or are you just gonna like start banging pots together down in Crabber's Cove and be like, "Bring out your cultists. We're in a hurry. Let's do this thing."
I do want to
Do you
ask
think
her
we need
about
to
my
head to-
armor. I know it's early, but I want to ask her how many more days until it's ready.
Yeah, sure. Hold on just a sec while I get that information for you.
Maybe we could also swing by Surfer Thor and ask.
Ooh, it's actually going to be ready tomorrow.
Ooh,
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, Skull.
No one will hear me coming anymore.
Yeah. Then you get the elven boots, and then you're just golden at that point. Neither uses a 2-minute slot.
All right.
All right. So what was the other question to read? Yeah, I thought you had a question.
Welgar?
No, I was just wondering if we might want to stop by Surfer Tour.
Oh yeah.
To ask questions of him, but maybe Togrim would like to be there for that.
Yeah, I almost kind of think...
So we could talk to Ada.
Yeah, I kind of think that maybe while you guys are handling this side quest, maybe I'll even do like some downtime rolls with them to kind of see if maybe they go on like a buddy cop adventure. It's not an uncommon practice in some D&D campaigns to have sort of like downtime adventures that happen off camera, and then you're basically like, give me a couple rolls. This and this and this happens. What would you guys do? Give me a couple rolls. This and this happens. What would you do? And then you're like, this is how your sort of buddy cop side quest went. So that might be, maybe the two of them kind of got up to that while they were taking care of town business. So, okay. So you guys gonna head to Ida and try to talk to her. She's down at the docks, as she do during the day. She's a tough old lady. You guys have met her before. There she is. You eventually ask around. You find her. She's under like an awning, trying to stay out of the rain, because old people, cold and rain, it's no good. And she is sort of talking to fishermen and monitoring like activities and all that, because she again owns like a fishing fleet. When she sees the Wizrobe approach, she actually gets kind of a bright smile on her face, and she says, "Oh, Nikolai, there you are. Come on over here. Come on over here. How did it go at Primewater's house?"
Miss Ada, it's a pleasure to see you as always. And he'll kind of like, I think, hug her.
Sure, yeah,
these
okay.
days. And he'll say, "It went very good, Miss Ada, very good. I think you've met these gentle folks. We'd like to help you with the cultists. I think we're gonna work on that together." She kind of looks over at all of you, and she kind of looks at Tari and Skull, and she says, "Oh, the loudmouths. How have you kids been doing? Working for Primewater, I heard. Getting some stuff done."
Yeah, we got this item that he really wanted off the ship, and this gold from...
Yeah, see, that's the loudmouth blabbing that I've come to expect from this group of people. Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't worry. You don't have to keep your loud mouth shut for this one. It's pretty simple. There were those cultists that, some of you, and she kind of motions at just Tari and Skull, dealt with a few weeks ago. Turns out that was just the beginning. They've managed to infiltrate the town. They're all over the coast, especially down in Crabber's Cove. People, they're going missing, and we got a killer on the loose. There's just secret meetings, and I don't even know where to start. And then those Daggerford bastards, they're using this situation to strengthen their hold. They're spreading propaganda that the people of Saltmarsh aren't safe while these cultists are working. You can certainly understand that this is not good for the traditionalists, because we want the people to feel safe like they always have in Saltmarsh. We don't need Daggerford and their troops to keep us safe. We can mind our own business.
Saltmarsh take care of itself.
Safe.
Exactly. So I need
tell us
you.
What to do.
Yes. All right. Well, you need to go down to Crabber's Cove, and you need to start just kicking down doors and knocking skulls together. And or you need to go down and maybe ask some poignant questions that will lead you to a solution. I'm saying that you've got to outguard the guards. You've got to really go in there and crack this thing wide open. Find out what's going on with these cultists, and we've got to figure out the root of the problem. Because apparently, when you took care of the house that crawls, you were just pulling up dandelions in one part of the garden.
I hate dandelions. That's Greg saying that, but yeah.
So you're familiar with Crabber's Cove, then? It's kind of a shithole.
I've never been there.
I probably have been there maybe once or twice. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
for a little bit.
Kind of looks
yeah.
around, and he's not really sure where that is, I guess.
It is north of the docks, so it is all of area 24 is Crabber's Cove. So it is the poor section of town, and it is pretty nasty.
It's beneath the temple to Valkyr.
Well, I mean, the
Like on the
temple,
cliff.
looks down. Yeah, like looks down at it, but yeah, it's definitely apart from it. Yeah, this visual should remind you of what you're dealing with. Yeah.
We will look into this, Miss Ada, I think.
All right. Well, if you can bring me proof that you have, I don't know. I don't even know how to price these things anymore. I just need the cultists gone, or at least I need progress. If you could bring me back some kind of proof that you're making some headway against their efforts, that would mean a lot to me.
Their heads?
Gruesome, but sure. Just don't try and be slick and bring me some, regular heads, because you'll get arrested for that. This is a normal town with laws.
And
You go around with heads, I mean, people are going to get pretty upset with you.
I might have just missed this, but who are the cultists supposed to be worshipped?
There's something called the Crimson Fist, or the Red Hand, Scarlet
Brotherhood,
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, something like that. The Black Star.
And Tari, do you also wish to find these cultists, or no? Or it depends on their motives.
Is somebody loading their Pez dispenser?
Oh, this is the ice machine in my
Oh, okay.
It's the ice machine.
Okay.
I was like, someone doing Foley work? Like, is that what's going on there? I think that's a Pez dispenser being loaded, like directly against the mic. All right, so
Hello?
are we good to
I was gonna
proceed
oh,
to
no, I was
Crabber's
gonna
Cove?
ask her,
I was asking Tari if she was cool, kind of like looking into the cultists.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Miss Ida, tell me more of this maniac. When did it first start?
Oh. Yeah. So, they say he's a sun elf. Not that, that matters too much, but, it's kind of an identifying trait. It's, this sun elf, he's looking real bad, though, from all accounts. Real gaunt, emaciated. But he's been killing, it seems indiscriminately. But some people witnessed him dragging bodies off. And when he was confronted, he just ran with incredible speed. And he jumped. It had to be a 20-foot long jump into the bay. Just disappeared.
Quite the acrobat.
acrobats die from time to time is Russian way.
When did it start?
All right.
There's no.
Oh, probably about 4 or 5 days ago.
And where do you see this? Is there any location where
It's a-
individual is located or not?
That seems to be centered around the water. And everyone he's killed, they have to do with the water. I mean, that's Saltmarsh.
Vater, we will find this elf.
I think he'll find us.
I'm really more concerned about the cultist, honestly. But if you do take him out, as much as it just chaps my ass, you could go get the reward from Eliander for taking out the serial killer.
Oh, would he have more
if
information?
If you need good oil massage on ass, I can always help Ada.
All right. She blushes a bit. It kind of like punches you in the forearm. And then she says,
I'm sure that Eliander has plenty of information. That double crosser.
Not a fan of Eliander.
Of course I'm not. He's deep in Daggerford's pockets.
Can you say more about that?
Well, he's not from Saltmarsh, but he seems to think he knows quite a bit about it. And then he buys out that mansion up on the cliffs, and he fills it up with his books, and he just goes around with his glasses on, acting like he's smarter and better than everyone else. And then our town guard was doing fine. We didn't need some fancy Eldritch Knight retiring here to take over the captain of the guard position and just start bringing in these Daggerford bastards. It would have been fine if he had just... what?
Eliander's the captain of the guard?
Yeah.
We don't remember we got taken.
I wasn't there when you went to see the captain. Isn't Eliander the
he's the guy.
library guy?
He's your friend.
yeah.
He's your best friend right now.
And do you need help with Eliander?
Help with him? What are you offering to kill him?
No.
Oh. Because that's murder.
No, just help. Is there anything that I could do or we could do with Eliander, or is he good?
I mean, look. Here's an idea. Why don't you just deal with the cultists like I asked you to?
Sounds good. He nods.
All right. So she kind of starts barking orders at her peeps. You guys are kind of left there in the rain. What are you gonna do?
So, do we have a place to get started with these cultists? We have a party to make, guys.
In like 2 days, right?
I'll speak to you plainly.
3 days. Yeah.
Okay. I hear Area 24 is the place to go. It's
Okay.
Well, it's like the middle of
hot.
the day, right?
It's cool. Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
wanna wait?
totally. It's totally the middle of the day. I mean, you can always look for clues at any time of day.
Okay.
Yeah. There's.
Yeah, we should come in with a little bit of a plan if we're gonna like try and find cultists in Area 24.
Yeah, I mean, are you kicking down doors? Are you like, what's the plan? I'll kind of show you the map of the area, kind of give you a little bit more of an idea.
Maybe no kicking in doors, and
I've been told not to populate my huge ass maps with 100 different NPC tokens, because it's kind of crushing some people's Chrome browsers and stuff. So drag yourselves in, and then NPCs will like field of view or whatever kind of appear as needed. I'm sorry if the district looks completely devoid of life, but it is a bustling area. There are people that are working and trying to make a living, but it's definitely dingier, dirtier, and just very poorly maintained compared to other areas of the city.
Okay.
Crash, if we don't see anything, what should we do?
You drag your mini onto the
Yeah,
map.
How do I do
drag it.
that?
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
see.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Your
thank you for
characters and
dragging.
you just
Yeah,
drag yourself.
if you left click on your character and just pull them onto the map, you should appear. But I could do it for you.
I'm working on it.
Boop. And then Tari, let me bring you over. All right, cool. It's mostly just so you can see. Yeah, just to get a general feel for like this area. So there's going to be people working in different areas. There's going to be warehouses where things are stored. But again, everything here sort of has that rundown discount vibe to it. Like we just can't afford to maintain things. We just can't afford to charge as much as our competitors. We can't, like everything is just less, unfortunately.
So
Crash, can I get furry flying cat, please, too?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
So what's the plan, guys? We just split up and come back, or it's
What?
kind of intimidating when like a whole group of guys just like start asking questions.
Let's stay together. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I like it.
I guess I would try to like look for just like the alleyways or like the like homeless and like people that are just not doing anything. They kind of just like sit and people watch, see, like talk to them, see if anyone knows anything. Probably like my first clue hunting.
Okay, sure. So, as you begin asking around, probably the most efficient way for us to do this would be to give me either a persuasion or an investigate check. And then I can sort of kind of compare that to the rumors and stuff that are available, and then kind of get you on the right track.
Are we together, or have we split up again?
Yeah, that is a good question. That will definitely change the type of information you get.
Okay, well, why don't we just go in pairs?
So
I'll go with
One,
Tari,
two.
and
Two
then
and
okay, in
yeah.
pairs.
Nikolai can go with.
All right, so Skull
Yeah.
and Tari, and Nikolai and
Perfect.
Ferris. Okay. So everybody, just give me either persuasion or investigate, and we will see how things pan out.
It's not looking too bad.
Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness, look at those rolls. Oh gosh, no, it's pressure.
Yeah.
I was already cursed today.
Oh, okay. So, fortunately, Tari is kind of picking up the slack on that one. So let's find out what exactly you guys find out in this area. Interesting.
Could I?
Okay. So,
Could I have?
yeah. What?
Can I, so my plan was kind of to just walk around, and then using thieves' cant possibly. I do still have the scrap of the flag that we took down from the house that cross.
Okay, that'll definitely help.
And then basically thieves' cant kind of pose as if I was looking to join said cult. And if there is anything interesting going down,
does anybody else have other interesting RP or plots modifications they would like to make in addition to the quality of the rolls? Ferris, do you have anything you want to toss in there in addition to your strong ass persuasion check?
I can't think of anything right now, so I don't think what's wrong with it.
Okay. No problem. Tari, did you have anything extra you wanted to throw in there before I kind of lock these things into the rumor chart?
Maybe if I could throw like a general sort of insight roll into there to sort of get a sense for who might be afraid of the cultists and who might be sympathetic towards them.
Sure.
Like, I want to like frame my questions to be like cultist friendly. Like, hey, like, how do you try to get in on these guys, or who are these guys? Who can I talk to if anyone's trying to get into like some spooky magic stuff? Like,
okay.
Like frame it like it that way, not trying to be like accusatorial. Like, where are the cultists? Like,
Alright.
And I guess I would just be looking, but Flying Cat would like have his like eyes like extra peeled.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. I like mystery adventures. There's just so much more to track. So let's see. All right. And just want to make sure I've got everything locked in before I start this next sequence. All right, cool. So, the first group, Pharos and Nikolai. You guys kind of walking around. You're looking like, pretty edgelord. You got a hobgoblin war wizard, and you've got like a black dragonborn hexblade. Very, very cool, right? Very cool looking dudes. Even though this is a tough part of town, you guys look pretty tough. Nikolai, you were putting that big brain to work, looking for clues, while Pharos, you were kind of talking evil magic shop, trying to kind of find out what's going on here. You guys are directed to check out the lobster dive, which is kind of a pawn shop located further down by the docks. And you're supposed to ask for a guy named Jameson, and Jameson will have some more information for you. If you're looking to put those magic muscles to work, essentially.
So his name is Jameson, down on like.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to be in a little pawn shop right over here.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So the other group, you guys are kind of going around, and you guys hear that while life down here is rough, things have been better because of since Volcure came to town, right? So they kind of piously like look up to the cliff, and you see, the Temple of Volcure kind of like looking down on all of them, and then one of them says, "Yeah, Wellhand, he's very busy up there at the temple, but we're blessed that his young acolyte Oriel, that she's always coming down here and taking care of people. Why, there were some orphans just running around just the other day, and she took them in. I haven't seen those kids since. I think she found them a nice family in Daggerford." So Oriel Stormrack is the person that you guys have been told is quote unquote helping in the name of Volcure down in this area. Getting kids adopted. That sounds nice. All right. So, which one do you guys want to tackle first? Do you guys want to meet up and share your intel? This took you about, we'll say, I don't know, 45 minutes to kind of ask around, and this is sort of the meat of the rumors you got. You heard everything from everybody died at the Southern Lighthouse to there's a secret island where they're trying to raise a creature from the deeps to don't trust the sea elves. Every sea elf is secretly a Sahaugen in disguise. Something is hunting the coastal waters, eating all the fish. It's got to be the Kraken, all capitals, and then so on and so forth. So lots of superstitious stuff. These people, again, they are not as well educated, a lot of them, as some of the other people in the city. So they are prone to even more superstition than a medieval fantasy person would be. It is almost embarrassing when you see like priestesses of Umberly basically like stealing people's lunch money. And these people don't even have a lot of money to begin with. So you do, at one point you do walk by and you see a priestess of Umberly, basically just like, telling people that,
Do you think your life's bad now? Your life could only be worse if you don't pay the tribute that is due to the bitch queen.
And she kind of holds out like a bucket, and they kind of fish in their pockets for their copper pieces and whatever shiny trinkets they may have, and throw them in there. And she says,
"That's right. Appease she who watches from the depths, or she will come for you."
Does anyone want to intervene, or?
Oh yeah, totally. You guys could totally intervene.
Can I ask you a really quick question outside of chat, Crash?
What, like in a secret chat?
Yeah, like really quick.
Okay.
Sorry.
Skull.
Yeah.
How would you feel if I wanted to intervene in?
I mean,
letting someone rob people like that.
I thought you were trying to get buddy with them like 3 or 4 sessions ago, so I'm not sure what your motives are now.
Oh wait.
That's the same guys you were trying to like be pals with.
Wait,
Yeah.
the cultists? Oh yeah. Okay, but wait, this person is a cultist,
Oh, no,
right?
I don't know that.
You said a priest of Umberly, so I don't think that's like the same thing, right?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm not getting involved. So you can do you.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So so basically she's just kind of riling up this crowd, scaring them, occasionally using thaumaturgy to make her voice sound scary, or to make like the waves kind of crash behind the gathered folks. It's a little heartbreaking to see.
I like to dispel magic on her thaumaturgy.
Okay. I mean, that's super overkill, but yeah, you use one of your 2 spell slots to end her booming voice and crashing waves.
It's like,
and
this is like
it's sort of like
of a priest.
The record scratch sort of thing, as she like looks around, and the people kind of like look around as well, and you tell her that's unbecoming. She wheels on you, her eyes kind of wild, and she says,
"Who are you to interrupt my sermon?"
My name's Ferris Curl, but like I like to speak to her and like my back to the crowd and like whispering in her ear. It's like, you shouldn't do this. I'll make I do like a thinly veiled threat of stealing from the homeless is very bad. It's like it'll turn out a bit worse for you if you don't get out of here.
All right. Drop me an intimidate check.
Okay.
This one
Can I
would be off
help
charisma. Yeah, how would you help him? Like, what would you slide in and do?
And I would say, look at these people. They're pathetic. Surely you can do better in a more well-to-do part of town.
Okay.
The bitch queen provides for her own.
With a 15, and your 2 different comments, I rolled for. She kind of narrows her kind of hate-filled eyes, and she clutches the bucket of offerings close to her, and she looks a little like admonished, right? But not in I'm sorry I took advantage of these poor people. More like, I'm sorry that I'm dealing with you guys, and that you pointed out that I'm basically taking the low-hanging fruit. And with a sniff, she takes her legally obtained offerings and storms off.
All right. I want to address the people. It's like, you shouldn't let them take advantage of you. Like these priests are not have your best interests at heart, especially if they're just threatening you with things not yet come to pass.
They all look a little confused because like that's how Umberly do. And they're just like,
but we make our trade off the water. If we don't keep the bitch queen happy, we're as good as dead. It's just how it is. It's known.
I'll play a song of rest in the background.
Do you think your coppers appease this queen?
It's not
You're
what's
meager.
given. It's the act of giving. It's the sacrifice that she's after.
And you think this priest has your interest at?
They all kind of look around at each other, and now they're kind of embarrassed, right? But they kind of shrug, and they're like, "This is how it's always been. Like, this is just how it is."
Well, you'd always question how things are, how things should be. Nothing's ever set in stone. You can do whatever you like, but it kills me to see at least the people like trample on those who can be taken advantage of.
You see one of them kind of nervously look out the water, and she says loudly so Umberly can hear her, "I wasn't taken advantage of. I willingly gave those coppers, because I'm not about to take the wrath of the sea upon myself or my family."
I guess your prayers are just as worth as much as your coppers, so please keep your money for now. He kind of like pinches his brow, like this like bridge of his snout, I guess.
All right. Yeah. I mean, again, these are people that are superstitious.
Right.
Umberly is a legally practiced religion. So yeah.
I mean, I guess I would kind of share what Pharos and I learned about the little kind of hut to the southwest.
Yeah, I would definitely say this scene would kind of bring the four of you back together a little bit after that 45 minutes. It might be a interesting enough scene to kind of bring you guys back together. All right.
And you guys obviously learned.
And the crowd kind of starts to disperse or whatever, a bit. And you see a young girl kind of goes up to Tari, and she offers you a stoppered bottle. Inside the bottle is a spider. And she just looks up at you, Tari, and she says,
This is for your song. I don't have any money, but I liked it, and you deserve it.
Oh, is this she? She's lovely.
Her name's Luca, and she's magic.
She's magic. What can she do?
She just lives in the bottle with no air.
That is magic. That's amazing.
Mm.
And I will give her like, I'll say, my song was just because I love to play music for people, but this is a very special gift, and I would like for you to take, and I give her 5 coppers.
Okay,
And,
okay.
I would like for you to take these because you've taken such good care of Luca. And I know you'll take very good care of the next animal that you find.
All right.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Gundella.
Can I just, do I...
Insider? Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, she's a weird kid, for sure. But
like Luna Lovegood style?
Yeah, but she definitely seems earnest enough.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to be sick or malnourished or anything like that. But she is, out in the rain. Like there's not really in these smaller towns like a public education system or anything. So more than like she's on like a lunch break from some child labor job that she has.
Yeah, and I'll give her another silver piece, and I'll say this one is just for you, and I'll tell her like where she can find me playing if she ever gets a chance to leave.
Oh, okay.
Come and find me.
She kind of says,
The empty net. Oh, that place is a shithole.
It is. Very interesting people you meet in shithole.
Mm.
all right. She kind of smiles at you, missing a couple of teeth, and she kind of, rushes off in the rainy weather. All right. Pharos, with your magic eyes, the spider in the bottle is actually a magical spider.
Oh, I let Tari know. It's like, hey,
it has necromantic magic on it.
Ooh. I'll like relay it to you. He's
That's
like,
cool.
Hey, I think that's actually a magic spider you got there. I think whatever makes zombies go is kind of what's going on there, or at least bad stuff. I wouldn't let it bite me.
Interesting. Do you think it was meant to bite me?
No. I
Oh.
think it like has like magic wind or possibly like some sort of necrotic damage or.
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
do you think that she gave it to me so that I'd let it out of the jar and it would bite me, or do you think I meant to
I don't know.
let it
Maybe
bite someone else in a moment of distress?
Yeah, I don't know. Use it as like a weapon, I guess.
Isn't the necromancy the thing that brings things back from the dead? Maybe it's just keeping the
I
spider
think
alive.
so.
It depends. Yeah, probably.
A zombie spider?
That would explain why
Could
it
be
lives
cool.
in the jar without breathing.
Yeah, I mean
Spiders
the jar is the little bottle, right? It's like a little souvenir bottle you get at a beach shop or whatever. The cork is completely like waxed in place, but the spider does crawl around inside.
Sorry, what did you say that little girl's name was? The
Gundella?
spider was Luca, but
Gundella.
Gundella. Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right, so your two leads, Jameson at the Lobster Dive and Oriel Stormrack, Acolyte of Valkyr. What do you guys want to do?
So I guess we go down to the little hut, right? And
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you head on down to the Lobster Dive. It definitely has sort of a boardwalk pawn shop vibe to it. And as you approach, you see sort of a haggard-looking man in a long coat, kind of pop his collar up and pull his cap down against the rain, and he kind of nods at you as he leaves, and there's sort of a ding 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 on the bell as he heads out into the rain. The inside of the shop does seem to be warm and well lit.
Okay.
All right, you hear somebody yell from inside.
Well, if you ain't coming in, then close the door.
All right. I guess I'll shuffle inside.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a big, meaty dude behind the counter. Bald, beefy, little short. Like if the Forgotten Realms had half dwarves, you'd almost kind of pick up like a half dwarf vibe off of him. No beard though. Clean shaven. He has sort of a monocle on one eye. And he wears very greasy clothes. They look like they're supposed to be fine clothes, but they aren't very well tended to. So the embroidery has a lot of loose threads. Where there might have been like nice pearls sewed onto it, they've all kind of fallen off. That sort of thing. He kind of eyes the two of you and he says,
Yeah, mercenaries, huh? What brings you to this part of town?
Well, I want to like talk to like relay like what I heard from the other people in the alley. It's like talking magic. Like I was talking, met dark magic shop with these guys, and they point me in your direction.
Oh, I see. Are you a guard? Because if you are, you have to tell me.
Do I look like a guard?
Well, that's how them undercover guards get you.
All right. Well, I'm not a guard.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Yeah. So you're looking to what? Get rich? Work some muscle? What's the deal here? What are you and this other guy? I don't need any names right now. What is you? What is that? That big wet bird? Is that a tressum?
I think it's a cat.
It's a tressum.
How much for the tressum? Oh, wait. Is that your familiar?
He's special.
I see.
We can say that.
I've been burned too many times trying to buy familiars, and then they disappear on you.
Yep.
All right, listen. obviously this is a completely upstanding and perfectly legal business. We buy and sell used goods, so there's that. He kind of looks over your shoulder at the rain pounding outside, and he says, if you're looking for work, and I could tell by looking at you that you're mercenaries, if you're looking for work, well, I know people that could definitely use some muscle, especially people that are willing to operate a little under the radar and a little outside of the law.
For what? What?
Oh, for gold, right? I mean, isn't that what it's all about? Are you actually what? That's what you're here for, right? You mercenaries looking for work?
No, what? You're talking about the like I whisper, like the cultists.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah, that's who I thought you were trying to get a job with.
I was trying to get like in with them.
Oh,
like,
you actually are like into that shit.
Show him your tattoos,
Yes.
Pharos.
Oh, You're-
Nikolai,
yeah.
third of his name, wishes to work for cultists.
okay. So you want to work for him and you want to be one? Do you even know what this shit's about?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Like,
Yeah.
don't be so loud.
So you're just gonna throw your life away on a cult you don't know much about? I mean,
Well, I mean, it's
how
like
are you
a
empty
fucking-
inside,
it's like
son? Did something
a
bad
fucking
happen to you?
Brochure, you know, like it's like.
Well, I mean, all right. So, have you? You familiar with the desert sands to the south, Kalasham?
Now I am.
Wow. All right. So down in Kalasham, they've got a cult. Okay. Cult of the Marilith. You know what that is?
No.
No.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Okay. So the Marilith is a type of demon. It's a sexy snake lady with 6 arms that can wield a weapon in each arm. A living embodiment of murder and destruction. So apparently, they're setting up in the area, and they're always looking for more muscle and more spellcasters to kind of gain a stronger foothold in the region.
Okay.
So I said that in exchange for a little, protection, a little extra business, as it were, a little something, I would send talented individuals their way. And I would turn away anybody that was, not the right kind of person. But I can obviously tell by looking at you, you're some kind of demonic half-dragon, and you're a hobgoblin. They can't get much more evil than this. This is definitely the kind of thing those people are looking for.
I guess I'd look at Pharos and I would say, and kind of like give him a little wink and be like, Nikolai and Pharos, assuming Pharos is up to this, we would like to learn more.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He gives you the address a few blocks over, aka a different map, of a house where they're going to be having a meeting tonight where the cultists are going to induct new members. And so he kind of gives you the address of this house.
Address, very useful. We will. What time at address?
It will be at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yep. Okay.
Pharos.
Okay.
Good.
Yes. Sounds
No.
very good.
All right. So while you guys are taking care of that, other team, how are you guys proceeding with your clues for Oriel Stormrack, acolyte of Valkyr?
Well, I think if we could go, if she's around, we try and go find her and then ask her if she has any leads. 'Cause if she is working for Welgar, then no reason not to trust her.
All right. Let's see. So you track down this lady, and she is in fact in the area. She's under some cover, staring out into the rain. She's a tough, big Uthgart barbarian type lady. So 6 foot plus, like muscles, Valkyrie kind of build. And she's sort of just staring out into the rain. As you approach, she looks up at you guys, and you see her sort of put her customer service face on, and she just says, welcome. Come in from the rain.
Thank you. I think we will.
You're absolutely soaked in the Storm Lord's blessing. What brings you here?
I guess we'll do it as a script.
You had the look of folk who knew who they were looking for. You have found me.
Yeah, so he'll discreetly try and pull out the scrap of cloth with the star on it, and then kind of show it to her, and then ask her if we're working Welgar. He'll say it under his breath. He's asked us to also do our own investigating into where the cultists hang out. If she has any leads.
Okay. As she looks at the scrap, okay. She kind of looks at it like, what is this? And as you kind of pull it out,
this is the
and Velgar, yes, he's looking for what now?
And I'm watching her face as she's saying
Oh,
this.
yeah. Go ahead and give me an insight check. Yeah, she knew exactly what that was.
And I sort of like push Skull's hand like back into the bag, kind of. And I'll say, is there a better place to talk?
I mean, this is a public pavilion. There is rain. No one is bothering us. Do you have problem with that?
No, not at all.
She kind of shifts her muscly bulk about, trying to kind of get comfortable in this wet, cold weather, and she kind of eyes you a bit suspiciously, unless you want to throw out a deception check real quick.
Sure.
Okay. To kind of poker face it. Okay. She kind of scrutinizes you. That's a damn fine deception check. And she just says, just tell me what's going on. Sorry for being so paranoid.
No, caution is a virtue, especially in these times. We were just curious about the cultists, and we thought that you might have some more information, and if you could tell us what you know, that would be very
Crash,
helpful.
I have a question.
And I can try
I'm
to
confused.
persuade her.
There are
Sure.
multiple different cults. There's not one singular
Mm-hmm.
cult, right? That's why I'm messing up here.
What do you mean?
The one I have is the Scarlet Brotherhood. It's not the one that
Uh-huh.
Volgar was looking for?
Well,
I think they're all the same.
words that you've heard from the lizard folk, the Black Star. These dudes over at the pawn shop heard Cult of the Merilith. You guys heard Scarlet Brotherhood.
Okay.
So it sounds like 3 different
Okay.
cults, maybe?
Sorry.
I don't know. That seems like a lot of cults for one town, though.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
all one.
I-
We'll see.
I have no idea then.
Well, no, I mean, yeah.
They
Like,
could be.
you're not wrong. You have heard 3 different names. Did you have other names that you had heard? Because I think that's the only 3, right?
I think that's ones I've heard.
Kraken
but
Society.
I just thought they'd be different.
Oh, well, that's super rude to call them a cult, but yeah, I mean,
I think that's the one Welgar told
There
us.
are hold on, pushing my glasses up.
That's a society, not a cult.
That's like calling a country club a cult. Come on now. They
There were
kind of
people
are,
handing
though.
out pamphlets. I
Um,
remember. Actually,
Yeah. Sorry, that's such a common part of Forgotten Realms that I didn't even think of it as a cult. Yeah, so I guess there is that one too. Yeah. I mean, people make a lot of money off the water, man. Like, But you could ask this person that is before you. You have her attention. Like, what are you gonna do here? Tari, you're getting shifty vibes for sure. Skull, you're checking your police notebook like, the fuck? How many cults are there? This lady, her bright, icy blue eyes kind of taking both of you in, kind of looks from one to the other.
And we heard that she was sympathetic to the priest.
You heard that she is an acolyte of Valkyr, and that she has been doing good works down here in Crabber's Cove.
Okay, so I'll tell her like, Valkyr has told us of your good works, and we're here to help you in any way that we can. And you don't necessarily look like you need certain kinds of help, and I sort of admire her muscles. But I think we're on the same team here, and I'll try to persuade her that trustable.
Okay. All right. So she's going to kind of again eye you, but again, very good check. And she says, there is this is a hard place for people. I live amongst these people instead of up on the hill looking down at them, so that I can better serve them.
Yes, of course.
Welgar Brinehanded is an old man, and he is set in his ways. He cannot see the plight of these people and understand what is needed to make life better for them. But I can. And that is what I do. You are concerned about these people all of a sudden. That is interesting to hear. I have never seen you around this part of town. You, however, I think I have heard of you. You are a bruiser, are you not? You work for... She kind of narrows her eyes.
the Mercenary Guild.
Right. Okay. Look, I don't know what you want to hear from me, but this part of town, it can get very dangerous after dark. It would be best for you to not be here when that happens.
Do I get the sense that she's threatening us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of got it now.
Yeah, no insight check required. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely get the sense that she is threatening you.
So because you've never seen me before, you doubt my ability to be invested in the lives of others? Is that it?
I just, I have no doubts that your presence will cause complications to the efforts that are being put into this part of Saltmarsh.
Well, there's a lot of interest from, yeah, do I get this? Do I think that there's a possibility? Can I check to see if
I mean, your guts are probably correct. You could probably trust your guts.
That she
You have an
has
insight score of
converted?
you have an
Yeah.
insight score of 7. You're over level 5 now. Like you're getting some
Okay.
Yeah.
I um
Yeah, she's been rolling pretty good on her deceptions and insights versus you,
yeah.
but you've been rolling better. Yeah. So outside of this conversation, it would seem just sort of like a awkward but mostly pleasant conversation. But in the conversation,
It's deeply uncomfortable.
you're coming across to her as just a do-gooder, essentially.
Uh-huh.
And she's just like she really believes that you are a do-gooder, but also that you're like a naive do-gooder. So it's one of those like, yeah.
But she hasn't converted to the
No,
cult
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Wow.
So she says she's all well and to do.
Yeah.
That she's helping her because Welgar won't. Well, that means that she is doing, this out of game. Like, yeah, I sort of get it now. Or that's what my gut tells me.
But she you could do another why don't you do another insight check, Turi?
Sure. I'll use a luck point on that one.
Oh, okay.
Seems like an important thing to know. Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to rely on your real life guts to kind of tell you what you think is going on here. But she's definitely staying cold and distant, and she's definitely she recognized the symbol, and she threatened you guys if you stuck around after dark. Like both of those things you are sure of.
I will tell her that there are. Look, you obviously don't have to help us, and you don't have to like us at all. And I'm sure your skepticism serves you very well. And there are a lot of people, and I sort of point towards the nicer district of town, that are. It's getting out of hand down here, and no offense to the mission that you're running, but they're going to start sending people down, and we're the first wave. So do you want our help? Can we help? Is there a way we can help from the outside? And Skull, if there's anything you want to like whisper in my ear, or like if you're like giving me like the shut the fuck up vibes,
Like,
or
I
what,
have
just let
nothing.
me know.
I was just gonna smile. I was just gonna smile and walk away at this point, but
Okay. She kind of takes in everything that you're saying, and she nods at you. And she says, "You're the first wave. So if you did not return, they would be concerned about that. Is that what you're telling me?"
Yeah.
Ah. Then I guess you should return to them. Thanks for letting me know what's up. And she kind of smiles at you, but the smile does not reach her eyes.
Yeah. Well, it's been lovely talking to you. We'll get out of your environs, out of your cove before nightfall.
All right. She
Shall I
kind of nods
put in
at
a... Oh, never mind. I'll just
you. Oh, you can go for it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm good.
She kind of nods at you and kind of keeps looking out into the rain. All right. You definitely get the feels that this is a person who went through some shit for sure. But is also sort of carrying that shit around. That is kind of the takeaway that you had, Tari. Skull, based on your background, you believe that this is a person who may have been compromised.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or whether or not she believes, that's on her. She seemed like a good person at first, but now, yeah. She probably meant well, yeah.
All right. All right. So the
Yeah,
four of you meet up again.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess compare notes and decide what your next move is.
All right. So, which
Yeah.
cult are we dealing
We're
with?
gonna meet. Yeah, it's tricky.
I'm really confused.
I am too.
It was Ada that what didn't say plural cults, right?
She just said there's a cult. There's cultists. That's all she said. She's concerned about all the cultists that are popping up in Saltmarsh.
Okay.
Now, technically, cultists could be part of different cults. And I mean, honestly, if you go to any city and you stretch the definition of organized religion, there's a lot of cults in every city. A cult is essentially any religious group that does not worship like sanctioned like religions is the definition of a cult. Yeah.
So let's compare notes on which one seems the scariest, and then.
So worshiping monsters doesn't go over too well in Forgotten Realms, in Faerun, Sword Coast area particularly. So that would be Kraken Society. Worshipping demons, devils doesn't go over too well. Asmodeus sometimes gets Asmodeus sometimes gets a pass, depending on the city and the region, kind of thing. But he is he's the prince of hell, or the Lord of the Nine Hells. So that's awkward. But for the most part, yeah, you can't be worshiping like krakens, devils, demons, that kind of stuff. That's not done in civilized society.
Okay. So,
Great old ones, for example. Yeah.
It kind of seems like we should wait until we find the other two members of our crew for next week before we deal with this shit. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
What was the one with the had their induction ceremony going?
The guy just told you that there was the cult of the Merilith was the one that was having the induction ceremony.
That's the monster with the 6 arms, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And having some extra hands could be helpful, I think.
Okay.
But I mean, we could also strike right now and
Skull and Tari, do you have anything?
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna kick in their door, that might be tricky. If you're gonna try to spy on them, maybe not so much. I don't know what direction you wanna take your investigation.
Well, I'd like to try and spy on the induction ceremony.
Okay.
Try to be a new.
That's a long yawn.
Inductee. See how that goes.
Okay. So.
Are you going to go inside, Ferris?
Inside.
Ceremony?
I'll knock and be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Do you want like a flying cat too, just in case?
Sure. If any Skull and Tari have any suggestions?
Flying cat would definitely go in with you.
How many people want to try and basically talk their way into this secret cult meeting? Or do you guys want to wait on standby and send Pharos in?
I feel like I should stay out, given the conversation that I just had.
Yeah, and flying cat will go in with Pharos.
Okay. All right. I will hero stack y'all. Whoa. All right. And take you on over to the other section of town while you guys sort of figure out your next move. So I'll drop you in, and you kind of wait until evening hours, or are you going to kind of case the place during the day?
Casing the place during the day shouldn't help, and resting to get back my spell slot.
Okay, so you're just going to spend some time. You're going to rest up for tonight then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that. Let me drop some moonlight down for you. Okay. So, nighttime. The benefit is stops raining. So there is that. You head down to this district at night. You guys have all gained the benefits of short rest, so if you needed it, you have it. This is the building where they will be having the meeting. This right here with this little picnic table outside.
Is that on this
Looks
map?
like a totally normal. Are you guys? Did I not move you
No.
over to the new map? Oh, my bad.
No.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
This is a cool map.
Yeah.
It is
so.
cool. I
So over here is the building that you, the address that you were told to check out. And there are, again, all manner of people sort of making their way around, doing business, all that jazz.
Before we get over there, I'll disguise myself a little.
Ooh, okay. Just sort of disguise kit.
I do have a disguise
kind of deal.
kit, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sometimes a better disguise than disguise self. All right. So you're gonna do that. All right. Anyone else have any preparations they want to make before you head over?
Let's do a quick once over of detect magic, and that'll be it really.
Okay. Let's see. Overall, detect magic of the area. Nothing really pings too hard. There is there is a slight magic on the door to the house. It is essentially a rune that appears to be a black four-pointed star that is only revealed by your detect magic.
Okay. Let's try to talk to Skulls. Is this that black
I don't know. I
star?
checked the thing. Does it have 4 points? Okay.
It does.
Good.
It does.
Is this that one the lizard folk told us about?
Yeah.
Alright, and they're looking for something about a dragon?
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Is there something they had like a dragon? I don't know. The details.
There's a dragon in the swamp. It leads the other lizard folk tribe.
Okay, and that's not the black star.
The dragon in the swamp, the lizard folk that work with that dragon have been also working with the black star.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like corkboard level complicated, but these different factions do all seem to be kind of working together.
Alright, so, do we just, knock on the door? How do we wanna...
I'll when we're sort of out of earshot of everyone, I'll ask if there's some sort of, if anyone has message, or if there's any way that people can, because I'm not gonna go in probably. Although I did disguise myself, so.
Well,
So no, Skull. What do you think? We were sort of.
I'll quickly say, I can see inside with the cat.
Won't they find the flying cat?
All right, so
suspicious?
maybe we'll stay outside and come in as backup if needed.
Okay, that works. Don't worry, if you need help, you'll hear it.
All right. Well, I will say that if you pull this off, you're going to get plot bombed pretty hard. So that's a good thing, I guess. Here, I'll put a night filter on the map.
No,
Make it a little
this
more
straight up
nighttime.
feels like
Okay.
the House That Crawls was the first mission, and that this was the second mission that we didn't go do immediately.
Well, it is pseudo sandbox, so you were not in any pressure to do one or the other.
I
yeah.
now kind of think we should have everyone inside, but let's see what happens.
Okay. Okay.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll
good.
knock on the door.
Okay. Oof. All right. You knock on the door, and a very beefy Uthgard woman answers the door.
Ha!
She has icy blue eyes, blonde hair.
Yeah.
She looks at you. Yeah, that's why I was like, Tari, do you go? Is that a thing?
No,
that you
Hell
do?
no.
I was
Yeah.
gonna stand by and protect Tari wherever she goes.
But
Yeah.
Katyura follows.
Oh,
The kitty
All right.
kitten follows for sure.
And yeah, so she looks at you and says, "You look tough. Who sent you?"
Jameson, you told me this is where the ceremony is at today?
Ah, Jameson is good egg. You may come in just a moment. You are some sort of rune caster. Is your familiar? I have not
This is my
seen
familiar.
Tressum in some time.
And then I'll do like a quick prestidigitation and like summon flames in my hand or whatever to like show off.
I understand how magic works.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, as you go into the room, there are a great number of cultists in there. So, hopefully, I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm sure it's profiling, but I mean, they're all wearing masks and hoods, and there's like, bloody implements everywhere, and the whole deal. So, Pharaohs, you head inside.
Okay.
So that Tari doesn't feel left out, can I give her? Can everybody ride around your cat for this, so that they can see?
For sure.
Just
Yeah,
for fun. All right. Let's
Yeah.
see. All right. We'll give everybody the view from the cat. All right. So you guys should be able to see inside the building. All right. You go in, and yeah, it's definitely a building where they do ooky cult stuff. Look at this. I think there's friggin' Jesus Christ on their couch. Look at this. Yeah. So as you go in, they all kind of look at you with their hoods and their masks and whatnot, and you get like a feeling like if this doesn't go well, I'm going to be in a very bad place, action economy wise. All right. So the woman says, it is almost time. Lock the door. We will meet in the basement."
Okay.
Okay.
And
I
this,
don't have a high dexterity, so I can't really
this
fake. I don't want to fake trying to.
this lady goes up and she kind of procures a key, begins to lock the door, and kind of places a bar across it. This lady is locking the shutters on the windows, and this lady is locking the shutters in the back windows. And she says, "All right, let us head downstairs where we can have some privacy, and we
Of
will
course.
show you what we are about. What is your name?"
My name is Pharaoh's Curo.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right. She opens a door off to the side here and reveals a staircase. And starts to head downstairs. You head downstairs with everybody?
Yeah, I'll follow after everyone.
Okay.
Fluffy cat will definitely follow.
Okay. All right. So let me move everybody down to the basement real quick. Those two dudes were supposed to be in the basement, but whatever. I'll hero cultist stack you and move you down to the basement. All right. So down in the basement, you can see that the ground is dirt, and it is very wet dirt. In fact, it is pretty impressive that there is a basement this close to the shore. You can see the wet water of the bay sort of leaking through the stones of the walls. this could flood very easily if it were to take thunder damage or something like that. Yeah, that's something that goes through a thunder spellcasting user's mind. I think anytime they see something new, they're like, I wonder if I could blow that up. There is a room here to the south, but they don't seem too interested in it. Instead, they sort of just take places around the room, and she looks at you and says, tell us your story. Why do you seek service with the cult?
Well, I'm just trying to gain magical powers, and I was trying to gain understanding of like the magical arts, and the priests were not much help. As you can see, I already kind of learned what I can from them, and so I'm trying to move on. And the cult seemed like a great opportunity, and so here I am. See, you said that you needed talented people, and Jameson sent me your way.
At this point, you see two little, like, human toddler-sized demons crawl out from under the stairs. They smile and laugh as they take seats and look over at you. Yeah, they look like little Diablos, actually. They are wrapped in long, spiky chains that look like they would be very painful if you were to be hit by them. And occasionally their mouths, nose holes, and eyes kind of blaze with hellfire.
Charming. These,
So you seek a path to power. Then you have found the right path. But tell me, what path do you think you're on?
I want to stay on my own path, necessarily. I've been kind of goaded in this way and that. Different patrons, different rulers. I'm trying to make my own way right now.
So, you go to Jameson, tell him you seek power. Jameson vouch for you and sends you to us. But I ask again, who do you think we are?
I think you're the, I can't pronounce the name of...
The Merilith?
The Merilith.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So, Jameson told me of the Merilith and how grand it is and what you guys work for. And I think you guys are my next step into that path to power. And I want to help you get you there, and whatever I could gain from that, I wish to assist in that as well. We could help each other out, hopefully.
As you said the word Merilith, you did notice that the two toddler-sized demons kind of like shrank in fear a bit when they heard you utter that name. Like they were definitely freaked out by the mention of that particular name.
Okay.
Yeah. The lady kind of looks with a smirk at the other people in the room, and then she looks at you and she says, you are in the right place. This is, we are servants of the Merilith, and she has brought us all together in brotherhood and sisterhood. This is the Scarlet Brotherhood, servants of the Merilith.
Okay. So how does this work?
Before I can tell you anything else about our efforts, you must prove yourself.
Test. I'm used to this, so...
There is a meddler in the town. She is an old woman.
Ada, yes?
You must must know a bit about the town to have come to such a quick conclusion.
Well,
It
yeah,
would be beneficial to our efforts to have her removed. If you can
so she
bring her
seems
to us
Hmm?
or remove her.
She seems to be appeased if she believes that your efforts have been like halted for now. So
She
if you can
kind
give
of
me
cocks an
Dude.
eyebrow and she says, why would you know so much about what would make Ida Owlin happy?
well,
That
I get a
seems like something that a person working for Ida Owlin would know.
I know people that work for her.
Hmm. You seem to know a bit too much. And you see this guy kind of climb up to block the stairs. Yeah, hands kind of going to knives as they sort of move in around you. Yes, you know quite a bit about the Miss Owland, and
Not
I
much.
find that to be troubling.
Okay. What can I do to like prove my worth to you? There are
She
these
kind of,
adventurers in town, and so I stay in the guild, and that's what I could hear is that they're looking for people to flush out this.
oof. All right, this is going to be a pretty clutch roll here. If you could
Okay.
pull off this, yeah, if you could pull off this deception check,
Okay.
you might be able to salvage this thing. But they, yeah, they feel very suspicious of you right now.
All right.
So we're gonna see how it goes.
Oh.
All right. They all kind of like relax a little bit, and they're like, so you're on the
Hell yeah.
inside of an adventuring party, or you simply overheard one of those loudmouths talking about working for Ida.
Mm-hmm.
She has a bad habit of hiring loudmouths. All right. Tell you what, if you can get her off our backs, I will take that as a sign that you are committed to our cause. Then we'll meet with you, and you will learn more of what is needed.
All right. Is that are we?
Certainly. All I need now is to shake on it. And she takes a
Sure.
blade and she cuts her hand with it.
All right. I'll take the same one.
All right.
I'll cut the hand open.
Mm-hmm. Oh
pick
man,
up my-
she mashes her blood into your blood. You get hepatitis A, B, and C, like the whole deal.
Oh,
All right. And then she looks at you and she says, I hope you're making smart choices because there are many of us, and our vengeance will be swift if you betray us.
I like chuckling like, sure. I wouldn't dream of it.
Unfortunately, you are a new initiate who has yet to prove yourself, so you must leave. You cannot witness the rest of this meeting.
Okay.
Please take your Tressum and be gone from this place.
All right. I walk out. I nod to the little demon thing.
All right. It kind of chuckles at you, a little gremlin chuckly laugh. All right. You head on upstairs. The two guards that are still posted upstairs motion to the door. They unlock it and let you out, unless you want to go full Rambo and kill everybody in this building. I've seen it before. No? Okay.
Nah.
All right. They let you back out into the cold night air. The city glistening from the heavy rainfall. You walk for a while before meeting up with the rest of the party.
Hey, no,
All
it just
right.
as planned.
All right. Apparently, Ida Owland has been targeted for death, unless you do something about it.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
Nikolai is not a fan of that. I think he saw
Yeah.
what occurred down there.
Yeah.
all right, guys. So, that was
Oof.
great. You know,
All right.
nothing
That was
bad happened.
amazing.
No, it was great. I
That
mean,
was
you
good.
made it out. You are not dead.
Yeah, like man, when you were like, well, Ida, da 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 da, I was like, oh no.
I was also, oh no.
But then you were kind of, yeah, but then you kind of like, I could almost like picture you getting like super zen as you were like, think of something, and then you're like, I overheard some adventurers talking about it, and I was like, ooh, that actually could work, but we got to see how that deception check goes. And then you were just like, "Pah, that 20."
Yeah.
Whew. Well done. So you guys have a lot of info to report back to the others. I think tomorrow I will try to send them a little bit about what they found out. I'm going to say that they went and spoke with Welgar, Brian-handed themselves, as part of their like downtime or whatever, because he is a friend of theirs and they do feel like he's been helping them out, kind of thing, and this is time to kind of make good on the promise. And so I will give them an additional rumor to kind of go with your guys, and then you guys sometime during the week can then kind of compare notes and then figure out what your next move is. Does that work for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
sounds
good.
Cool. So hopefully that kind of put a little bit more together. So the Black Star and the Cult of the Merilith are the same organization, because it's a lot safer to call yourself the, Scarlet Brotherhood than it is to say Cult of the Merilith. Before we adjourn, you guys, if you are trained in religion, you could make a religion check to see if you would know what Cult of the Merilith or Merilith would mean. Otherwise, you could attempt an Arcana check to know what a Merilith is. So if you want to roll any of those before the end.
I'll do the
Yeah.
Arcana.
Okay.
Can I
you know
also roll an Arcana check, or is it one or the other?
You can. So so you're a bard, you're trained in both. Yeah, the two of you concur that a Merilith is a category of demon that is in fact a snake-bodied, female torsoed, six-armed, super badass
Yeah, I'm looking
demon.
back at my notes. You mentioned the Merilith before. Forget where. But...
Yeah. But as far as what what one would do to have a cult specifically dedicated to just one in particular, or just the name, you're not sure. Those of you who've been kicking around town for a while, you have dealt with Snake Person before, and Scarlet Brotherhood before, so there is some context clues there that might mean that they're connected. But you are closer to figuring out what the hell's going on here. All right. And you also know that efforts are being made to go directly against Ida Owland and who knows what else. So you definitely get the feel, the four of you, that there is a lot going on in the town, related to these cultists, related to the leadership of the town. Like at least that the leadership of Ida Owland, that she has been targeted. So that's yeah.
I don't like it. Numi does not like it.
Yeah. All right. I will take you guys back to your start page, and you have a bunch to report, I think, to the other two, who hopefully have made it home safely, or will make it home safely before all said and done. And yeah, so I know that RP and investigation, maybe not everybody's cup of tea. I like to keep it mixed up, so I hope you guys had a good time tonight.
I did.
Yeah,
It was fun.
yeah, it was also a good way to introduce new wizard. I thought that that created like a really great opportunity to kind of bring you in and kind of reacquaint you guys with Ida through your current patron and through the new character. So kind of ground you guys back on the coast for a little while. There's no shortage. Yeah, there's no shortage of boat adventures and underwater adventures and all that. But again, there is adventures in the town. There's adventures in the countryside, in the forest. I mean, you have so many different things you could do. So I'm curious to see what you guys do next.
We didn't level,
no.
did we? Between
No, I don't think so. But I will post. Yeah, I'll post up XP in the next couple of days. So
okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Last time you got XP was the 25th, and you got XP for that. So you'll need your XP from the salvage run. I don't know if it'll be enough to put you at 23,000 though. The jump from 6 to 7 is significant. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, I'll make sure you get your XP. So
Cool.
all right. I hope everybody enjoys their week. Hope everybody had fun. We will be back here next Sunday, and it sounds like you guys want to continue to pursue this particular adventure path. So I will be prepared to run this particular adventure path.
Awesome. Thanks. It was super fun.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Night,
Sure,
guys.
that was a clutch
Night.
roll.
Yeah. Super clutch.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep. Good night, everyone.
Night.